Hey guys, how are we doing today? Happy Monday to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is 420. Shout out to all my cannabis lovers out there. Hope you are enjoying your favorite holiday right now. Today we are going to be doing reading by element. So again, going to be doing earth, air, fire, water. The message and what I have been and guided to give to you today is that we've been in the 5D, so ascending from the 3D to the 5D is not so much a new concept, although it may be new to you. We're ascending to a higher level of vibration right now, where everything that we operate on will be frequency, will be energy, will be vibration. And there's certain lifestyle changes that you have to make. There's certain mental reprogramming that you have to do. There's certain ways of thinking that you have to get rid of in order for you to truly experience 5D consciousness fully, And so this reading today is going to be talking about what you need to do what you need to let go of in order to ascend. So think of these things as like balls and chains that are holding you down right now. And if you can cut these things away, then you'll be able to ascend to a lighter form of consciousness. So we're going to talk in terms of actions that you need to let go of, behaviors, actions or behaviors, ways of thinking, or possibly people in your life that you need to let go of so that you can move forward, because you don't want anybody to be impeding upon your progression, right? So we're gonna start with my earth signs. That is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Earth signs. Okay? We're gonna pull a card to see what it is that you need to let go of so that you can free yourself and you can ascend to the 5D. Okay? It's gonna be for Virgos, Tauruses, Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn. I came here to get managed. Oh, look at that. 5 of Swords. But doesn't he look pained, 5 of Swords. And I've been seeing this card a lot lately, actually, like in my readings and via the other readers that I follow, or the tarot reading pages on my Instagram that should happen to pop up. The 5 of Swords. And this is a card about conflict. Like, he looks mentally conflicted, doesn't he? So when we're talking about what actions you need to let go of, this could very much be overthinking. A lot of people are overthinking right now. Obsessing about a certain thing. This is also perfectionism tendencies that you may have. And you're doing it, if that's the case, then you're definitely doing it to yourself, because you're holding yourself to a certain standard, and maybe this standard is too high. For those people who are dealing, because I'm a recovered, some days recovering, mostly recovered, about 87% recovered perfectionist. So I know the life, and what really helped me to let go of my perfectionism was Buddhism, and the way that Buddhism talks about taking the middle path in life. It's not all about, being the best. And I used to think I had to be the best at everything that I did. I didn't know that there was an option to not be the best, and some of you don't know that there is an option that you don't have to be the best. You just have to be you, okay? So it's a matter of taking the middle path. It's not doing completely nothing, being all lazy and whatnot, but it's also not like driving yourself until you have no gas left. Because that used to be me. I used to literally measure my value with my level of productivity. And so at the end of the day, if I didn't leave it all on the court, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't expel every ounce of fuel that I had to go, then I felt myself worthless. And some of you, I can feel that, especially because this is earth energy. You earthers are a very hard working sign, okay? But also you have to remember that part of being an earth sign is being steady and being patient with your hard work. You're not afraid to work hard, but some of you want to go and go and go and go and go. That's not the you have to trust the process a little bit. So some people are overthinking, some people are losing sleep because of it. And again, I know that lifestyle. Some of you have insomnia, or you're having nightmares, which are literally the continuation of the overthinking that you didn't get to do when you were in your waking state, So it is time for you to stop overthinking. As far as action, stop obsessing, stop overthinking. Everything will fall into its place in the right time. This is also as far as stop arguing with people. Stop arguing with people who don't see your vision. You know, you have a vision and they're telling you what you can't do or how you need to do it, and you're trying to defend yourself. Don't argue with people. Like, people don't have your eyes, okay? They're never going to be able to see your goals, dreams, hopes, and aspirations the way that you see them, okay? And a lot of you have people in your ear, like this crow is in this man's ear telling you stuff, and it's making you, or telling you, oh, this person did it like this, and this person did it like this. Then you're second guessing yourself. That's another thing that I'm getting from this card. Ways of thinking that you need to let go of are second guessing yourself, okay? Have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, trust that, if you don't know how to do a certain thing, that you can learn how to do a certain thing, but don't let other people drive you crazy. You see how this other guy is like back here? I feel like also if you're an earth sign and you are working towards something, especially if it deals with your career, I feel like people dump on you and then walk away and leave you in that. Like they plant little, I say never underestimate the power of planting a seed. That works both ways. That's definitely positive, because I like to plant seeds. I'm not here to watch you cultivate them. Do what you want with those seeds. But I like to plant positive thoughts in people's heads for that to grow and to take them on their own path. But people can also plant negative seeds in your head. Negative seeds. They can plant fears in your ears. Oh, that rhymes. Fears in your ears, to make you feel a certain way, and then they leave and they dump all their negativity onto you. They walk away, they're fine, and you're left, with all of that left over. So if you are dealing with a person like that, because this is a swords card, but also remember that this is a general reading. It could be an air sign, an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in your life who is just doing the most. Just all up in here with it. Just all up in here with it. And you may need to practice healthy boundaries, okay? Another thing is, I'm getting a lot of messages from this card for you earth signs, is that some of you are conflict phobic. Some of you are internalizing all the stuff you want to say, but you don't say it because you have fear of retaliation, or fear of judgment, or fear you might lose your best friend or lose your love partner, or your mama gonna stop speaking to you if you tell her she's getting on your damn nerves, whatever it may be. And then you go home and you be stressing about it, because what you don't say is poison, right? This conflict is poison, and if you don't get it out, you're just killing yourself. So it's important, if there's an issue, it doesn't mean that every time you go against what someone says is going to turn into a gigantic fight. And if that is the case, every time you say something to a person and turns into a fight, you need to reevaluate letting that person into your life, because we should be able to have adult conversations about what is plaguing us without it turning into a full-on argument. And if you're dealing with someone who doesn't know how to have an adult conversation, maybe you should question whether you should still continue to deal with that person. So some of you are not saying anything, and you need to say anything. You need to say something, okay? Change. It's the number 5 card. It's change your way of thinking, change your way of doing things, changing the people around you who are holding you back. All right. So this is the message that I'm getting from my earth signs. Okay. I hope that was helpful to you guys. Now we're moving on to the air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This thing is driving me crazy already. Okay. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Have you guys seen the movie Waking Life? I've seen it like 6 times. I don't think it will be on Netflix or anything like that. I don't even remember what I watched it on. Probably some Fire Stick program. But if you can find Waking Life, you may be able to find it online somewhere. And if you know where we can find Waking Life, please put it in the comments below. Also, if you are enjoying my videos, please subscribe so we can do this in a live setting. Send this message, share this message with anybody who you think might enjoy this message. Please hit that like button for me, please. And also comment with any questions you may have, or if this is resonating with you, I would love to hear from you. And the cards are acting crazy. Okay, so air signs: Aquarius, Gemini, Libras. What is it that we need to let go of so that we can move into a higher range of ascension right now? because we're moving. Get with it or get lost. Like, regardless of what, the world's not stopping for you, so you either get on the train or you get left behind. That's really how it is. Oh, we got lots of air, and we got 8 of Swords. Trapped, entrapment, okay? So the air signs, you got it. But the thing about this card, let's look at it, okay? In the mirror, en el espejo, she sees herself trapped and bound. But in actuality, in real life, does she have anything around her? Nope. Why? Because this is mental imprisonment, okay? This is self-doubt, okay? This is thinking that you're trapped in a certain situation. This is negative thinking, and the way that you're thinking that it's always going to be like this, okay? I'm always gonna be short on cash. I'm always gonna be attracting men or women who are emotionally unavailable. I'm always going to be at this dead-end job. I'm always going to be around friends who influence me negatively. And when you think that, okay, because remember, you're manifesting. We're at the more you move to the 5D, the quicker that your manifestations happen, okay? To the point where when you're in the 5D, it's almost instantly, right? So if you're thinking that that's going to happen, then that's exactly what you're going to get, okay? You're going to say, it's always going to be bad like this, and the universe is going to say, yes, wish granted. You need to make sure that you're changing. This is mental reprogram. I'm still doing my nightly meditations, my guided meditations on YouTube. I want to do them consistently each month. I've only planned like 2 months ahead. So I have, what month? April and May. Each month, right? Air signs, pick something that you want to reprogram. Last month for me, it was abundance, right? What do you want to reprogram? Do you want to work on how you see your body, like your health? Do you want to bring love into your life? Do you want to change your way of thinking? Find your favorite guided meditation on YouTube, and every night before you go to bed, let that be the last thing that you listen to, and do it consistently for a minimum of 22 days. If you want to go all the way to the end of the month, 30 days, 31 days, depending on how many days the month has, then you can do that as well. But for a minimum, because it takes 22 days to change a habit, to change the way of thinking. Change this, okay? You need to believe in yourself, okay? My air signs, I want you working on your solar plexus chakra. It's right here. It's above the navel, below the rib cage right here, okay? This is our power center, okay? I've been seeing lots of lions lately as well. And my daughter, she's a Leo, so I always get that Leo energy around me. It's about being confident, okay? It's about believing in yourself, having willpower. That is the opposite of this way of thinking, which is thinking that you're trapped. You know, because us air signs, we're over. If we could get paid for thinking, if we could get paid for overthinking, do you know how rich we would be? Because that's all we do. We think about how we think, and then we think about how we thought about thinking about that thought. You know, we're one of, like, the mind is always working. And the thing is, you're like digging yourself deeper and deeper into this trench of negative thinking, all right? But you do it to yourself. That's another thing for everybody. This is everybody. This savior syndrome, no one is coming to save you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Don't shoot the messenger. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself, okay? You have to be a part of your own rescue, okay? You have to save yourself. No one's going to come and make you think differently. You have to be proactive about thinking differently. So programming your brain using guided meditations, affirmations. I made myself an affirmations board. I painted it all pretty, which was very stress relieving and therapeutic. I found my favorite affirmations and put them in the middle of the board that I painted, and I put it in my kitchen so that when I make my morning tea, it's right there. And I say it, and it literally changes like the trajectory of my day. It makes me like, this is gonna be a good day, you know? You have to actively make it happen. Don't think, oh, well, hopefully one day I won't be so negative. Because you will be if you're not gonna do anything. You may also wanna seek therapy right now because of self-isolation. Lots of therapists who did not accept, like the insurance did not accept video or on the phone therapy sessions before. They are now, okay? So go back, Find a therapist, because talk therapy is a wonderful way to help you free yourself. Sometimes it's just saying stuff out loud and you realize how ridiculous it sounds and you're like, I don't know why I thought that way this whole time, okay? So all in all, this is mental entrapment. Some of you may want to get past life readings, because if you died a long, a slow, torturous, suffering death in a past life, it tends to make you in this lifetime feel hopeless, you know, because you, let's say you were imprisoned and you died, like you were in prison for 30 years before you died, and you died in prison, and now there's like your mind, your soul, that energy, because energy never dies, just gets transferred and recycled. It still remembers that hopelessness, and you need to tell yourself that that was a different time. That is not now. That's not for everybody, but some people, your past lives are definitely affecting you right now. As far as people you may want to let go of, is anybody who's also telling you, nah, you know, that's not our life. We grew up in the hood. You know, that rich shit ain't for us. Like, get rid of people like that in your life. Get rid of people who project their own inabilities onto you, because you start to take that to heart, especially if you're not strong-minded at the moment. You start to take that for heart. You know, you can't be a singer. You know, you really think you're gonna make it? Do you know how many singers are out there? Do you know how many rappers are out there? And you really think you're gonna have a chance? You really want to be a YouTube star, and do you see how saturated the market is, and you really think you're gonna have a chance? You need to, those are not your friends. Those are not your friends, but they should be like a little bit of your motivation to like push yourself away from that. Not to prove anything to anybody else, but to do it for yourself, you know? So if you are if you are around people who are doubting, who are negative all the time, I don't care if they've been your friends since childhood, it's time for you to let that go, okay? Because only you can change around this way of thinking. Only you can elevate yourself to know that you can do anything. And it starts with actual techniques, okay? I had what I used to use, the cancel method, because I used to have a lot of negative, intrusive thoughts. And when I would think about something negative, I would say cancel. You could say it out loud, you could say it in your head, and then immediately replace that negative thought with a positive thought. You know, I'm always gonna be poor. Cancel. I'm working very hard on myself right now, and I know that I will be rewarded for my hard work through monetary compensation. Yeah. And tell yourself a different narrative, because when I read past life, it's an Akashic book, right? It's kept in, which is an energetic library of everything you've ever done, everything you're doing now, everything you will do. You can change your book. You can rewrite your story. You can stop the negativity now in chapter 3 or whatever chapter you're in life. And when you start to write chapter 4, you can change the direction of it, okay? So this all starts with being proactive about mentally reprogramming, because this way of thinking, you're never going to make it in the 5D, because you're going to think of something negative, you're going to get something negative. In the 5D, you have to think abundantly. You have to think, I am love and I deserve love. I am rich. I am healthy. I am beautiful. You have to think all of these thoughts. So that's what comes to you immediately. So air signs, it's time once and for all to get over this overthinking and obsessing, okay? And negative thinking. You can do anything you put your mind to. That's why God gave you that powerful mind. So use it for good, okay? All right. Now we're on the fire. Which would be my Aries, Leos, and Sagittariuses. Aries, Leos, and Sagittariuses. Please show us what the fire signs have to do in order to ascend to the 5D. To the new way of doing things, okay? Which is really the original way of doing things. Everything's coming full circle. We're aligning with the ancient ones. Okay, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Isn't he sexy? Look at the King of Wands. Ain't he sexy? Where he at though? Look at, I love this card. I see this card a lot. Where's he at? Anyways, let me focus. This is the King of Wands card. So we got the fire, getting that fire energy. I like that. We just had the air signs, getting that air energy. And what, didn't I just say I keep seeing lions? Do you remember I just said that? More lions. We need to work on our personal power, okay? So this is the fire signs. Okay, so actions. Okay, a lack of planning. Okay, sometimes fire signs are all action. You know, they can be impulsive. You know, I see it, I want it, I see it, I buy it, I think it, I say it, you know. We need, which is good, right? But action is only beneficial when you have a solid plan. If you're just out there, let's just say you're in the backyard digging a hole and you're just on, and the hole looks great, and you know, you've been, you know, it's nice, it's even, and then somebody comes out and says, well, what are you digging this hole for? And you're like, I don't know. I thought, you know, maybe by the time I got down here, I would think of something to do with it. Maybe a pool or I don't really know what I'm doing. So it's no use in moving forward fearlessly if you don't have a plan as to what you're doing. Okay, some of you have an idea, like you have the end game, but you have no steps in between the end game and the initiating of the idea. Okay, you're like, I want to start my own business, and already you're getting business cards, you know, already you're telling, but have you thought of the main idea? Have you thought about, you know, your target demographic? Have you thought about the method that you're going to disseminate your information or your business? Is it going to be an online business? It's going to be in-person business? You know, have you thought about starting a website, you know, before you're out here telling people about it? You know, this is speaking about having some clear and concise steps. Yes, we know you're capable, fire signs. We know you are capable. We also know you're passionate, and that's wonderful because your passions are what leads you to your purpose. A lot of you guys are really fine, especially again in this time of self-isolation when we have all this time to think to ourselves. You're really finding what it is you want to do in life, and that's great. Keep that same energy, right? But also you want to plan it out. You want to, if you're starting a beauty business, how are you ordering 20 cases of lipsticks already? You don't even know the demographic. You don't know what, are you doing a color palette for this season? You know, are you pairing this with a special marketing campaign? You don't know the steps in between. Start with a business plan, possibly, okay? Is this gonna be an LLC? You know what I'm saying? Is this something you're gonna be doing with a group of people? Start with a plan. You want to start with, you know, some of you want to open up nonprofits and you're writing, you know, applying for grants. But when they ask you what your idea is, what your 3-year plan is, how you see the growth and development of this nonprofit, you know, all this kind of stuff, you're not going to have answers for that because you rushed ahead. If we ain't got nothing right now, we got time, okay? We have time, all right? So there's no need to be extra impulsive at this moment right now. You do want to keep that passion, because that passion, when things aren't as great, you know, when the money's not flowing in, it's that passion that's going to make you keep going and keep going. So you want to keep the passion. You just want to turn the stove down a little bit. You don't need it to be on high. You just let it simmer for a second till you get all your ducks in a row, and then you can move forward, okay? So some of you I feel like what I'm hearing is some of you are wasting money because you're doing things that are not necessary, or you're not needing these things right now. Like, you've seen other people who have the same kind of idea as you do it, but you're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? You'll get there. You will get there. But first, like, come up with a plan. Like, you can't just start writing an essay without, well, I mean, you can technically, but like, before you start writing the essay, you want to come out with an outline, right? Before you build a house, you want to have a blueprint. You can't just start laying bricks. Then you get halfway through, you don't know where you're going. You don't know what direction is, you know, what style of house this is going to be. So this is speaking about losing impulsivity. It's also a way of thinking, because you need to know that what is for you is for you. Some of you are trying to beat somebody else to an idea, or you're trying to race somebody else. You know, this is competition, right? I'm hearing competition. I won most competitive for my high school superlatives. I used to be very, very competitive. Growing up and becoming enlightened, I know that I'm the only person I'm competing against. I tell my kids the only person you have to be better than is the person you were yesterday, okay? If this isn't, and you will really like mess yourself up trying to chase behind somebody else, or trying to, I want to be, you and your business partner, you know, I want to come out with this first, I want to come out with this first, and now it's this rat race to come out with it first. Nobody's gonna win, you know? If you align with your highest self, and that's when it goes back to like oversaturated markets and stuff, what is meant for you will be for you. Okay, if you're a fellow tarot reader, there's no need for us to fight over clients. Do you know how many people are in this world right now? There's no need for us to fight over ideas, you know, like anything like that. So this is telling you competition, you know, because he has there's a king's crown here. Who's gonna be the best? Who's gonna be on top? You know, nobody, because you're all gonna crash and fall because you guys are competing. And that never serves anybody. So as far as people you may want to get rid of, it may be people who are pushing you, but in a negative way. Like pushing, like side comments, or why do I keep dropping this card? Side comments, or just people who are stressing you the hell out, you know, to do things. When you're like, I'm on my own timeline, I'll get it done. You know, this could even be like, you know, family members, especially because wands usually... a lot of the time wands definitely symbolizes family members. This could be like parents who push you too hard, you know, especially because it's a king. It could be your dad who is pushing you too hard, with obligations, with people in my family, you know, we would have had a business degree by now, we would have been doctors by now, and all you've done is this, you know, those kind of people. It's time to put a little bit of a healthy boundary between you and people who compare you. If this is your father comparing you to your sister, well, your sister was married by the time she was this, and your sister and your brother had this degree. Well, go talk to them, okay? Go over there, since they make you so happy. Go over there with your little golden child and leave me be, because I'm figuring this out on my own terms. And that's another thing I'm picking up, because the lion and this man, they symbolize authority. So I'm getting authority figure issues for you fire signs. You know, who's the king of the jungle type thing. This is a time where you're going to have to step up and maybe have to back some people down, because you see he's like not to be messed with. Back some people down, like, I am the authority of my own life. Nobody can tell me how to do me better than me. Okay, so just leave me alone. Okay, so this is the energy that I'm picking up for the fire signs. Okay, keep passion, but get a plan. Every plan looks better. Every passionate moment looks better with a plan. Okay. Alrighty. Yes. Stressing you out. Not today. Not today, Satan. Say that to your dad. See what he says. Okay, now we're on our water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Let's see if we pull a water card. What do Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer need to let go of so that they can ascend to 5D and not be held back? Wands, another one. These are great cards, actually. This, if you can see, if you don't even know tarot, right? What does she look? See the V? Victory, 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 victory. Right? So I feel like, even though we're talking about what you need to let go of, the opposite side of these cards, I just feel like they're very, these last two anyway, are speaking to success, okay? So, what are you going to have to let go? Some of you have a fear of success, and that doesn't sound like a thing, but it is a thing, okay? I have helped clients in the past. This is a more I hear past life. Listen, get your past life readings with me, because I'm telling you, your past life definitely affects you more than you realize. I've had people who have had past lives where they've been in a group, right? And then after they've been promoted out of that group, on top of that group, and then the group kind of turns against them and makes them feel away. So for instance, maybe in a past life you were a deckhand. I don't know if that's a thing. I feel like that's a thing. Someone who works on a ship, right? And then you got promoted to whatever the person is who watches over all the deckhands, and you had to be very strict with them. But now all your boys are like, oh really? So now, you know, now you can tell us what to do. You was just down here with us, and now you can tell us what to do. And you felt a certain way, right? So that could be in any group. You know, it could have even been in business, like you used to be a part of the work coalition, and then you got promoted to manager. This could be at a restaurant, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to work in restaurants. So you could have been a server, and you got promoted to manager, and now you have to tell the fellow servers like what to do, and it's like, I'm not listening to you. You was just down here with me, you know? And there's a fear of success because you feel like your friends family or loved ones will turn on you. You know, it'll be lonely at the top, this kind of a thing. So people do have a fear of success. This is also, as you see, she's in front of a crowd full of people. She looks like she's on a stage, like it's a concert. And all these hands, that's not even people in the crowd, those are hands. All these hands are reaching out for her. For you water signs, some of you realize that you're destined for greatness. We're all destined for greatness. But some of you really realize you're destined for greatness. And not only are you destined for greatness, you're destined to be in the public eye. And you realize that a couple things. Once you're in the public eye, you're going to be on demand, right? You're going to have to give the people what they want. And you don't know if you can keep up that pace. If you're in any form of entertainment, for instance, you're a singer, a songwriter, a rapper, an actor, a musician, anything like that, you'll feel like, okay, if I come out with this big hit, that'll be great, but then I got to, you know, I could fall off. So I got to come up with hit after hit. And what if they don't like my next hit as much as they like my last hit, you know? And you realize there's going to be that pressure. And that pressure is what's keeping you from really going after your goals, because you can see that. You can see that I'm going to have to keep it on, right? Another thing is you realize you're in the public eye, or you realize that you're going to be, let's say that you know, get promoted to CEO, to something like that. You realize there's going to be a lot of people reaching out for things. You know, your family's going to, let me hold $150, let me hold $2,000, you know. You making it now, so how come you can't carry the whole family on your back? Like, you realize that you're surrounded by people who are going to want from you, or the public is going to want from you. This can be in any arena, you know, any area, any industry that you should happen to work at. And that fear by itself is like, you know, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Subconsciously, you're feeling that. Subconsciously, you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to just like take on the world, you know. Another thing, some of you are authors, is what I'm hearing. Some of you are authors and you just want to write your book, you know, but then you realize you're going to have to go on tour. You're going to have to go from this place to this place to this place. Some of you are shy, like you have a fear of public speaking, or a fear of being in front, because this is also mob mentality in a past life. If you were ever lynched, if you were ever hunted, what do you like, you know, witch hunted, or if, you know, there's a mob of people who mobbed you, you don't like all eyes on you. Some of you have that fear, and you're gonna have, you know, I just want to write my book. I don't want to go on tour, but I know in order to promote this book, I'm gonna have to go on tour. I'm gonna have to speak in front of people. They're gonna see me. They're gonna judge me. This is a fear of judgment coming up for the water signs. But what if they hate it? You know, what if I'm not victorious? So this is fear-based behaviors that need to be let go. In order to protect yourself, what you're doing is self-sabotaging behaviors. You're purposely / not on purpose, whatever you want to call it, but you are doing it on purpose. You're missing deadlines. You're not calling people back. Oh, I was so busy. Oh, I fell asleep. You're doing little things to sabotage yourself. I know I need to start this outline today. I know I need to start writing the script today, but I'll get to it, you know, and you have all the time. You have all the time. You're just subconsciously, you're sabotaging your own success, because you're afraid of success. Whether you realize it or not, you know, you're afraid of success. You're afraid of being in this limelight, because that requires a lot. Heavy is the head that holds the crown. But you are strong enough to do this, okay? If you weren't meant to do it, that seed would not have been placed in your heart, okay? God got you, okay? You can do all things through God who strengthens you, okay? You can absolutely do this. She's victorious because she got over her fears, okay? She got over her fear of speaking in front of people, singing in front of people, showing her artwork publicly. She got over her fear of people, period. You know, you could be a very introverted person. That's very understandable. But at some point, you know, I didn't like doing this. When God told me I needed to get in front of this camera, I was like, I hate the camera. I hate the camera. I hate taking pictures. I hate making videos. I hate this thing. But I did it, and I didn't die. You know, you won't die. It's gonna take you. You may, you know, upload something and take it down immediately the first couple times. You know, I used to challenge myself to go on Instagram Live a lot. And I didn't like that at first. You know, I don't like to be in front of the camera. But here I am, because I know this is part of my purpose. And I get better at it the more that I do it. I still don't love it, you know, but I'm here. So that's what you guys need to do. You need to push yourself a little bit outside of this comfort zone that you may have, outside of any kind of fear-based behavior. As far as people you may want to let go of, again, because you see, and I feel like you feel it, that you're going to be great. You're going to be big. You know, I'm feeling for the water signs today, like a lot of public recognition. I'm seeing public recognition. You also have like the hangers on, those who are not going to be a part of your ascension. But those who are going to say that they know you, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do anything to help you. Oh, no, that's my cousin. That's my best friend. We go way back. Since when did you know her? From kindergarten. Like, she don't remember you. This kind of a thing. People are going to, like, really be excited to say that they're associated with you. Now is a great time to evaluate your relationships. Whether they're your romantic relationships, whether they are your familial relationships, whether these are your friendship relationships. Reciprocity is the name of the game. What is this person contributing to you, and what are you contributing to them? It needs to go both ways, okay? Everybody can't be a leader, you know, but there are workers around, and everybody is equally as important, okay? But even if what the person is contributing to you is morale, do they believe in you? Are they someone who you can turn to when you're feeling doubtful about yourself? Keep that person around, you know? But if someone's always coming to you with doubt, with wanting something from you, not contributing to the team in any way. You know, some parts in the team are smaller, some parts are larger. But if they're not giving any of that, you know, maybe you should distance yourself a little bit. It's not personal. It's just what it is. Why are you here if we're not, you know, if you're talking to a person and every time you talk to them, it's like, hey, so what's up? Nothing. How are you? I'm good. What's good with you? Nothing. Not really. You know, what kind of hobbies are you involved in these days? And it's like, I'm not really doing nothing. Okay, you know, like, is this person adding to your life in any way? If they're not adding to your life, if they're not adding value, which could be anything from friendship to investing money to investing time to pushing and motivating and inspiring you, then do you really need them around right now? Because either way, as you rise to this level of success, your vibration is also rising with you. So you can either consciously make the decision, or you can wait and let the universe do it for you. But I'm telling you, the universe can be messy sometimes. The universe can be a little messy. So either you can do it yourself, or you can wait and the universe will slowly pull that person away from you anyway. You know, so now is the time to pull the weeds out of your garden. Okay, now is a great time. The weeds out of your mental garden, the weeds out of your social garden, okay? Those who are not serving you, those who are like literally draining you, it's time to get rid of them, because I do see a lot of victory here. 6 is the number of harmony, balance, and love. So if you're doing anything that's taking you out of harmony with your true self, let it go. If you're doing anything that's keeping you out of balance, if you're one extreme or the next extreme, let it go. If you're doing anything that's preventing you from loving yourself fully, because when you have self-love, it does not matter what anybody else thinks about you. What anybody else thinks about you is their business. That's very nice. I'm glad you think that I could care less. And it takes a while. It depends on, you know, who you are. For me, it took a long time. It takes a while to really get to that phase in life where you're like, I really love myself so much that I could give a fuck less what anybody thinks of me. And that's a superpower right there. Okay, that's an armor right there. When you have self-love, think of it as an outfit that you put on, so that when you get in front of people like that, it don't matter what they shoot at you, hate, love, or in between, you're going to be all right at the end of the day. You're going to be fine, okay? So, my water signs who are destined for greatness, only think victorious thoughts. Don't fear success. Also, don't fear failure if that's where you are. You know, if I try, and, you know, if I go out into the public and I have an art show, and I only have one good art show, and then I fall off, people are gonna talk. Okay, but how many art shows did they have? If I go out there and I make a hit song, and I only make one hit song, okay, but how many times were they on the radio? Okay, don't worry about what people are so quick to judge you, be sitting at home on the couch doing absolutely nothing. And then have the nerve to critique and criticize what you're doing. At least you're trying, okay? So don't worry, if you have that one hit song, have that one hit song. I would talk about that one hit song forever. I made that. I was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? What? So, these are the messages that I have for you guys. All right. Let go of anything no longer serving you. We are ascending to the 5D. We're already in the 5D. I feel myself in the 5D. Like, my manifestation powers are popping right now. Okay. the things that I think about. So I have to train myself to really keep a positive mindset. You know, I'm still working on it. I haven't perfected anything. The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. And you learn that the more that you know, the more you don't know, right? So keep working at it. Keep allowing yourself to ascend. There's more than just thoughts. You know, it's the way that you eat. Okay, high vibrational diet, people. Okay, it's the people and the company that you keep, making sure you're only keeping company of people who are trying to progress forward in life. They don't have to progress at the same rate that you do, but they have to progress. They have to be in a state of progression, or they're gonna get left behind. Okay, there's a lot that goes along with vibrating high. If you go on my website, www.madebymetools.com, I have a learning library there that'll give you a little more background about what it is to live in the 5D and how you can prepare yourself more to live in the 5D. So I'm here, I'm a Syrian starseed. I'm here as a transitional guide to help you guys transition, okay? I did all the stuff that I'm recommending that you do. I did and have done in the last few years. So if you need help, hit me up for a reading to give yourself more insight into changes that you can make in order to help you to ascend faster. And I will talk to you guys on next week, okay? So again, please subscribe to this channel, and I will speak to you guys soon, okay? Peace. Love you guys. Later.